You're watching a Newsmax special with Dick Morris about his newest bestseller, Power Grab, Obama's Dangerous Plan for a One-Party Nation.
Dick, how is Obama trying to control the internet?
Well, the internet is the last piece of freedom we really have. It's not controlled by the media, it's not controlled by the government, and Obama is really attacking it in a two-pronged offensive. Using the excuse of net neutrality, Obama is trying to give the FCC the same power to regulate the internet that we now have to regulate telephone companies.
I'm asking the FCC to reclassify internet service under Title II of a law known as the Telecommunications Act. In plain English, I'm asking them to recognize that for most Americans, the internet has become an essential part of everyday communication and everyday life.
What he wants to do is to have the FCC stop internet companies from charging certain websites more for faster service, which really means the internet companies, the servers, can't invest money to give those websites extra speed because they can't recoup it from the website. He wants everybody to have the same slow-speed internet. And he's using that as an excuse to grant the FCC power to regulate the internet, which has until now been basically unregulated. The other pincer is the United Nations.
Mr. President, Secretary General, fellow delegates, ladies and gentlemen, we come together at a crossroad.
What he's doing is taking control of the internet away from the group that's called the Commission on Internet Names, which is under the Department of Commerce in the U.S., which is a group of techies who run the internet, not political, no agenda. They just try to make it work. And the Department of Commerce is terminating their contract and leaving up in the air now who will actually govern the internet. And there was a big conference held last month, or a few months ago, where the government and academics and techies and free speech advocates all got together to try to figure out how to regulate the internet. And Russia and China insisted on a major role for governments in control of the internet.
This doesn't make sense to me at all. Yeah, I mean, the internet was hatched in the United States, and the Department of Commerce subcontracted it to ICANN. We're giving that away. International pressure to do so. It's a terrible idea. I have no idea why we would be giving this away.
Obama is afraid of the internet, as all totalitarian governments are, as all authoritarian governments. He's cowed the media into doing what he wants, and now he wants to control the internet, so it does too.
This is more about preventing a problem than it is about fixing an existing problem for consumers?
Absolutely. It's about saying, look, there's every possibility of problems developing, and we want to stop that before it happens. And I think that's an absolutely fair thing to say.
It almost seems like the media is buying into his narrative, that they're sort of bowing down to him in a sense that says, all right, you know what, we're going to flow with this. Is it because the media now has shifted so liberal that he's not being held accountable whatsoever? Because that's what most people will say, that he's not being held accountable.
I think that the media certainly is biased toward the left, but I don't really think that's an excuse. We have other media outlets that are conservative. Most of us get our news from the internet that really is an amalgam of stuff. There's a lot of non-traditional media that's explaining what Obama is doing and what his actions are. We just don't draw the conclusion. We're busy fighting the symptom while he's busy administering the virus. There's a deliberate effort here to keep interest rates at zero. Now, with zero interest rates, you can have saved $1 million over the course of your working life, but it does you no good because you put it in the bank and you get 0.25% interest. What the hell is that going to do for you? So the only way that you can retire is through the government paying for you, with pensions that are either private or public, but if they're private, they're government guaranteed, or Social Security. He's eliminated the concept of privately funded retirement by having zero interest rates.
In the next segment, Dick Morris argues that the Obama administration is using intimidation tactics against his political enemies to silence them. Stay tuned. Make sure to get your copy of Dick Morris' bestseller, Power Grab, available at bookstores everywhere, or check out our free offer at newsmax.com/power.
Millions of Americans are turning to Newsmax TV on DirecTV 349, Dish 223, and Verizon Fios 115. Online at NewsmaxTV.com, Roku, or Google TV. With our free app from your iPhone or Android. So watch Newsmax TV now.